Vedic meditation is religious in the way that we know a religion should be. What do I mean by that? Religions are not religious in the way that we know that religion should be. All the major religions, without exception, are disobedient to the title religion. Re, in Latin, means back. Ligare, in Latin, means to bind. To bind you back to what? Bind you back to your source. I and the Father are one of the great sayings of Christianity that was attributed to Jesus of Nazareth. Bind you back to your source. Oneness with the totality of universal consciousness. And, what's happened in all the major religions is the externalizing of God. God is external. God is up there in the clouds, or up there in the sky, or out there in the universe. And, we've lost sight of the beautiful saying, the kingdom of heaven is within you, which we see in Matthew, in the Gospels of reporting on the language of Jesus of Nazareth. And so, kingdom of heaven within you, what does that mean? Well, we don't see people practicing that. They're praying outward, outward, outward. Pray God out there, God out there. God is supposed to be omnipresent, but God evidently isn't omnipresent because God's not me. If God truly is omnipresent, surely God also must be inclusive of you. And so then, what is this all-inclusive, omnipresent God doing exclusively outside of you? The cultural orientation given by major religions and different organized religions has done some good for the world. It's at least given people a sense of conscience, and at least given people a sense of ethic and morality, some sort of moral guidebook about, what is sustainable social behavior and what is not. But contact with the source and binding back to the source, religare, hasn't been happening. What happens in Vedic meditation is it's an aid to religious growth. Whatever somebody's favorite cultural religion may be, because religions really are cultures, whatever that culture may be, it's not my role to insult that. But to just speak frankly, if you practice Vedic meditation and you're a Roman Catholic, you'll be a better Roman Catholic. If you practice Vedic meditation and you're a Jew, you'll be a better Jew. If you practice Vedic meditation and you are a Muslim, you'll be a better Muslim. If you are an atheist and you practice Vedic meditation, you'll be a better human, a better humanist. In other words, Vedic meditation, though it doesn't share some of the techniques and methodologies of cultural orientation that religions and organized religion ask us to observe, it's a technique. You practice it for 20 minutes twice a day. You can have as much or as little to do with the theoretical underpinnings of it as you like. You just practice the technique twice a day. It produces a verifiable, objectively verifiable outcome. When you practice it, it produces results that are objectively verifiable. It doesn't matter if you believe in it or you don't believe in it, or whether you subscribe to Vedic philosophy or you do not subscribe to Vedic philosophy, makes no difference. The technique, if learned properly from a qualified teacher, and if practiced regularly, produces predictable, verifiable results. And so in that regard, it's not a religion. But with regard to what religions are supposed to be, a mechanism whereby you bind yourself back to the inner source of being, the inner omnipresence of the unified field consciousness state, this is fundamentally what makes Vedic meditation work. You don't have to believe in that, by the way. You can just say, well, it's a technique. It's interesting that it works. I don't really subscribe to Thom's theories about why it works. All I know is I practice it and it makes me feel much better day by day. Fine with me. But, if you're interested in what the theory is, the underpinnings of understanding why it's working the way it is, it turns out that it's doing the thing that major religions are missing: direct experience of oneness with Source. And so in that regard, Vedic meditation is a religion in the way that we know religions should be, but it's not a religious practice. You don't have to adopt any cultural change of your religious viewpoint in order to practice it and get benefits from it.